These are red flags to look out for in trainers in the equestrian world. I don't know how this has become normalized. We've like begun to normalize abuse? No. The stuff that goes on in the horse world is so unacceptable. This is based on my opinion and my 20+ years in the equestrian world, so let's talk about it. Picking a trainer is probably one of the most important choices you'll make if you do decide to go down that route. They can make or break your confidence. They can make or break your horse. There are so many things I could go into about how important it is that a horse fits in a program correctly, but also how you feel in the program. So red flag number one, really specific, but if your trainer works with youth kids, so anyone under 18 whose parent is likely around and involved, look at how the trainer treats the parents. Obviously as well as the youth, but we'll start with the parents. And the reason I say that is because I had a trainer that made my mom have a question limit. Our parents are literally there to support us, to love us, especially for those of us who didn't have parents in the horse industry. A question limit? Isn't that your job? Like, I'm so sorry. If a trainer is treating your parent like crap, who's supporting you and paying for it, like, they deserve to be able to ask questions. You deserve to be able to ask questions. The other red flag I would look for is feeling nervous about asking questions. You should be able to ask about your horse's care, to ask about the training program. And there's a difference between stepping on toes. If you're in a training program, you have decided to put your trust in that trainer. And so, you know, asking them why they're doing a certain thing every single time, or no, I don't want to do it that way, or I want this better, I want that. It's probably not going to work in a training situation like that. But what I mean is asking questions. Hey, I was curious, you know, what kind of grain is my horse eating? What are our goals? If a trainer is not willing to answer any of those questions or pushes you aside, probably not the best. The next red flag is a trainer that tries to get you to spend all of your money or tell you that you can't be successful if you don't have the nicest clothes, the nicest saddles, etc. Obviously, there are caveats to this where if you're training or competing at a certain level, they may suggest that you should have a certain type of attire or a certain saddle or what have you. But if you are just constantly being pushed to buy things out of your means and feel uncomfortable explaining what is affordable and what is not, and this thought that you can't buy used stuff, like, personally, that would be a red flag for me, and I would not put up with that. Also another red flag, a trainer who forces or says if you don't go to every single show throughout the year, then there's no way you'll be successful. Yes, there is no substitute for time in the show ring, but no, you do not need to go to every single show on their roster. Trainers make money when you go to horse shows. They make money on hauling. They make money depending on how many people are at the show. I mean, not every trainer is gonna say, hey, I make a lot of money when you come to the horse show, but that's the reality. And if you feel like they're pushing you to go to a show that doesn't really make sense to you, or you're not ready, don't. You don't have to. And they should totally respect that and totally be open to your budget, how often you want to show, etc. Again, all of this is really dependent on the program that you choose for yourself, which is really, really important, because if you choose a program where, you know, they typically go to 10 shows a year and they're often gone, then the reality is you might be at home alone for quite a bit of time. So, you know, everything with a grain of salt, but I would say if you're feeling pressure, then maybe not the right fit. Another red flag is how the trainer treats you. Like, if you are getting screamed at, yelled at, told that you're stupid, there's a difference between tough love and abuse. Like, if you're being put down, being told that you're crap, you're not good at riding, you know, you're doing a terrible job, personally, I would not put up with that. We're paying a lot of money to work with these trainers, and I give them respect and I expect respect back. Another red flag I would look out for is gossiping within the barn, both trainer to other client and client to client. It is so important to have a good barn environment. I have left barn environments where I felt like it was super toxic. The trainer would talk about me behind my back to other clients. Terrible. Not all barns are like that, and people like to pretend like all barns are toxic. They're not. There are good barns. I was in a fabulous barn where people did not talk crap about each other, and especially the trainers. You want to be in a barn where the trainers don't put up with drama, they don't cause the drama, and yes, they might be few and far between, but keep an eye out. See what you can handle. It's not normal to have someone so competitive that they scratch you out of a class. Yes, that did happen. I can't. This one is also specific. If a trainer sets a time for your lesson or practice at a horse show, it is okay to expect them to be there on time and to be focused on you. There have been so many circumstances where I am ready at the arena, ready for my practice, and I've had trainers like show up 40 minutes late, and I've had my poor horse saddled for 40 minutes doing absolutely nothing other than warming her up. Well, guess what? She's warm. Certain circumstances where a trainer was standing in the arena, I'm doing my lesson, trying to show them something, and they're talking with trainers all over here. Like, in my opinion, you are paying for their time. Equal respect should be given both from us as the client, them from the trainer. So it is not normal for your trainer to be talking to someone else the entire time. It's just not. They should be focused on you. If it's a group lesson, it's a group lesson. Slightly different. But if it's a private lesson, and still, if it's a group lesson, they should not be talking to another trainer unless that trainer is also involved in your lesson. In my opinion, I would not put up with that. This one should be obvious, but like name calling, your trainer calling you names, your trainer saying rude things to you, your trainer being aggressive. Not normal. I don't know how this has become normalized. We've like begun to normalize abuse. No, the stuff that goes on in the horse world is so unacceptable. It's so unacceptable, and somehow we've allowed it. Again, I've been in barns where it's been horrible and been in barns where it's been non-existent and amazing. So they do exist, and you don't have to put up with these things. I hope this helps. I am happy to do a part 2 if you guys want. Please browse my channel and subscribe if you're interested in more equestrian videos, and if you have any ideas, put them in the comments below. I wish you a happy and healthy, non-toxic horse journey. Love you guys.